Hello everybody, I hope you guys are having a great day today. I am at IKEA right now. Came to pick up an activity table for Logan because it is that time now that he is needing, an activity table, toddler activity table. He fell asleep. Gonna cover him up because pobrecito, I don't want to just like put him on the video just like all sleeping like that. Wanted to talk about today because God has been putting in my heart to talk about these things that have changed my life in the better. And I wanted to talk about 3 things that transformed my mind, 3 things that transformed my mentality, 3 things that just changed my way of thinking completely. I started when I started doing these things consistently, they started transforming little by little the way I think, the way I see things for the better. And so the number one thing that started my transformation mentally definitely is taking control of my eating habits. I started legit my self-control eating habits back in 2020 after I lost my first baby. A lot of you guys know that. And it wasn't like, oh, I just full on started eating salads or I full on started drinking smoothies. It was a process. I started, I did a cold turkey thing because I was super determined. For the first 3 months I went vegan. I did a lot of juicing and vegan food was my main eating ways, which was like a big detox for my body. It felt amazing. I felt clarity. I felt like energy. It was just like so transformational in my body. I felt less pain with arthritis. It was just a whole 360 of good feelings in me. And I was like, I can't stop this. This is amazing. And so I didn't until I got pregnant with Logan. Because as you guys have heard in my previous videos, pregnancy is a whole different ball game. You can't control your cravings, you're eating. So I took a break there, and I was like, when I give birth, I'm gonna get back on it because I was already mentally determined. I breastfed, and I didn't know what breastfed entailed and how much hunger it also gives you. You basically have the same hunger as pregnancy because you're giving milk consistently. So it didn't work out for me to start eating healthy again while I was breastfeeding. But I was like, as soon as I finish breastfeeding, I'm gonna start. And just as I said it in my mind, I did it. At 11 months, when I finished breastfeeding, that is the same, I think it was the same week or the same day that I finished breastfeeding, I started eating healthy, started eating salads, started drinking my juices again, starting exercising more. And it just completely transformed my life. Did that permanently, basically, with the exception of the times that I had my miscarriages during that time, which was 2 miscarriages. Actually 3 with the one that just passed. So, but aside from those time periods, I kept it. I kept the lifestyle. I got to a place of where I could see food in front of me that I used to love or would always not say no to, and I'll be like, I don't want it. It's not even worth it. The pain that I get when I eat those things, or how I feel physically tired, lethargic, sick when I eat it, it's just not worth it. And so I got to that point in my life, thankfully, after, I would say it took me 2-3 years to get to that point. It'd probably be quicker, but because I had pregnancies, miscarriages, those were all a little bit of delays, but everything happens for a reason. And at the end of the day, I'm so happy that I have gotten to a point where no matter if I get pregnant or whatever happens, like I can always go back to that because I'm mentally there. I mentally have controlled my eating habit. Again, when I'm not pregnant, that's the normal me with eating habits. So that's one of the things that completely transformed my life, because I started seeing how my taking control of my eating habits started seeping into taking control of my emotions, and then that started seeping over, that self-control started seeping over, taking self-control of my finances, and then that started seeping over of taking control into my relationships, like everything. It was just amazing, like the transformation that I started feeling from just taking self-control, which is basically a biblical thing. We're supposed to take our authority, God has given us authority over everything, including our desires to eat, and to have he has given us self-control. And so us taking our position and saying, body, I am in charge, that is taking your position in God as well. And so I think our world would be such a different place if we would all really push ourselves, because I know it's not easy. I went through it. I'm not saying it's easy. No, it's not easy. But if you push yourself and you're like, I'm gonna take control, and you mentally say to yourself, I'm gonna take control of my eating habits, you'll get there. And when you get there, you're gonna be like, Patty was right. Like, it is such an amazing feeling, and it's transformational. So that's my number one thing that changed my mentality and transformed my mindset. The second thing that I can tell you that I just felt even God speaking to me more when I started doing this. Starting to exercise regularly. Like, I felt so alive. I don't even know. Like, when I started exercising daily, which my exercise looks like, I do muscle strengthening, I do stretching before I go to the track, and I also do cardio at the track. So it could be walking or running, but I do that consistently for 30 minutes every day, with the exception of Sundays, because I go to church and I focus on family and that. Some Saturdays I do take off depending on how I'm feeling, or if I feel like I need to spend more time with my son. But for the most part, it's like 5 days a week I'm at the track. And it has become like a part of my life. I can't live without it. Like today, it was like super hot. It was over 100 degrees. And they kept putting an air quality alert around here since yesterday, and they said it was going to be over yesterday, and it was not over today. And I was like, oh heck nah. Like, I stayed in yesterday because of the air quality alert, but I am going out. My body will have to adjust to this air quality thing, because I need to walk. Walking is like breathing to me. Like, I have to. It's like healing to the body. Like, I can literally feel my insides healing when I walk. So, I heard a podcast because I like to hear a lot of podcasts of self-growth and health. I heard a podcast that said walking is the biggest, like, self-healing pill you can take. And it really is. And I have felt it. Like, when I walk, I've gotten the best ideas. I've gotten the best creativity. I've gotten inspired. God has spoken to me such powerful things when I go and do exercise. Like, it's just amazing. It's like your body starts to tap into something different when you start doing it consistently, of course. So that's one of the things that has transformed my life completely. And not only that, it just gets me my mind set for the day to be positive, to go go after my dreams, like go after what I want. And it just aligns me. Like, I don't know, it's just it's physical, but it's also like a mental thing, because your physical is connected to your mental. So it's just like a game changer, and that has transformed completely my mindset. Third point is hearing podcasts every morning. So on my way, so this is how my routine goes. In the morning, and this is probably not even the order, I'm just telling you what I do. I take a shower, I prep Logan's breakfast, and then my babysitter gets home, and once she gets home, I start driving to the track to get my cardio done. And so when I head to the track, I put on every single time I put on a podcast. 3 people that I love hearing and that always inspire me and that always get in my mindset right now is Ed Milet, Terry Savelle Foy, and Tony Robbins. So these 3 people they have something where they always just get my mind right. And so I hear a lot of Ed Milet, though. That's probably my main one, because he has a lot of podcasts, like new ones. And so it just prepares my mindset for winning. prepares my mindset for not giving up, prepares my mindset for moving forward. It just prepares my mindset to be the best me. And so I like to feel, and I hear it also on my way back home, because that's where I work right now. I have my home office there. Basically on my way back to work, I hear it. And so it's just very aligning with my mind. And since I've been doing those 3 things, my eating habits, better eating habits, regular exercising, I hear podcasts every morning. And this could be a different, for you it could be different. It could also be like reading a book every morning that's for self-improvement, or reading the Bible every morning. It could be different, you know, for you. But just putting something positive in your brain every morning, whatever it may be, just put something positive in your brain, because you're basically aligning and you're telling your brain, look, this is what we're starting with, this is where we need to stay. And so that's what I feel like it does to my brain. And so that's how I keep myself motivated. I used to be somebody, before I even started any of these things, before I had any type of discipline in my life, I used to be very depressed all the time, and very emotionally unstable. I would always be upset about something, or sad about something, or triggered with something. It was just like a mess. So, and I would always feel sick. I would be in the emergency room many times throughout the whole year for something. And so when I started implementing these things, it started transforming my life. And I want to include that the first and foremost thing that I did to transform my life and health is I prayed years ago. I think it was like 2016 that I put out a prayer, and I said, and I consistently prayed for that. I was like, God, please help me be healthier, help me eat healthier, help me be more disciplined in my eating and my health. And I wrote it down, and I put the date on it, and I prayed for it every year, non-stop. And it looked like that was never gonna happen until it did. That's the first thing you gotta do if you wanna transform your life, if you wanna be healthier. Because you're not gonna be able to do it alone. I wasn't able to. I needed God's help. And so that would be the 3 things that transform my mindset. I want to keep it short because I don't want to do these long videos, but those are the 3 things. My bonus, and I want to include this bonus because it is very important, getting away from toxic people. Okay, a lot of times we, you know, and I know a lot of people watch my videos, you know, and you know, some people that like me, some people that don't, and that is okay. You know, that's fine. I hope something inspires you from this. But I like to be very open. I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm not here to, you know, point a finger at anybody. I'm here to just show you my life and what has helped me. And so one of the things that has helped me is getting away from toxic people. What are toxic people? Are there people that you tell them about your dreams and they're not as excited for you as you are for yourself, or more excited? Those are toxic people. If they're not as excited about your dreams or more excited, you need to get them out of your life, because you're not going to get anywhere. Number 1. Number 2, toxic people are people that drain you, that take you to negative things or negative feelings, be it stress or be it chisme, gossip, you know, like those are toxic people. It doesn't matter if they're talking about somebody negatively or just talking about somebody else, period. Like, that doesn't even help your life to be better. Those are toxic people. They're just wasting your time talking about just random stuff about random people. That just, it's a waste of freaking time. You need to get away from those people, or people that, like, they stress you out because of how they are. They're always hectic. They're always rushing. They're always, you know, I don't know, complaining about something. There's always something negative going on in their life or something. Those are toxic people. They're gonna drain you. Or people that are always using you, like, or needing a favor from you, and you feel drained every time you help them, or you are like, oh, like, they're not giving nothing back to you, you know, like they just want, but they don't want to give you back. Those are toxic people, you know, because in this life, good relationships are where you can give, but then you can also receive. Those are good relationships, you know, where people appreciate that you give to them so much that they also give back. You know, sometimes we don't want to get rid of toxic people because sometimes they're close friends, sometimes they're close family, and maybe you can lose everybody in your family, or you can lose all of who you know or grew up with because of getting rid of certain people in your life. But me personally, I had to make those tough decisions for myself, and it made a ginormous difference in my life. And so I'm sharing these things because I know a lot of people stay stuck in relationships that they know they shouldn't be in and that they know are toxic, but they just can't put themselves to make those decisions because they feel like a bad person, or they feel like they're letting somebody down, or they feel like they're not sure if it's the right thing to do. If these people fit into any of those categories that I just mentioned, they're toxic, and you need to get them out of your life. Because if somebody is not contributing to your life to be a better person, for you to be a better person, they're toxic, and you need to remove them from your life, no matter who they are. And it doesn't necessarily be like, oh, I'm never gonna talk to them, or I'm whatever. It can be like, I'm gonna limit my time with these people. I'm gonna be there for them if they need me, but I'm gonna limit my time because I want my life, my mind to improve, for God to take me where I need to go. And if you look in the Bible, there's so many examples of how God took a lot of people away from certain places they grew up in to go take them for what they were called for, which I'm sure it wasn't easy for none of them. So this is something where God always does that. And so you shouldn't be scared of doing those drastic or tough decisions in your life, because sometimes staying around toxic people can make your life not be the fullest, not be the life that you're called to live, not be the life that is living in your purpose. So those are the things I wanted to share. If I'm missing something, I'll add it back in this video, but hopefully this helped you today. If it did, let me know, leave a comment. There's some people that have been sending me messages about how, or letting me know, like, this is inspiring me, this is helping me, and I really appreciate that, because I used to be somebody that really seeked validation from people, or like approval, or like, yeah, somebody that cheered for me. Like, I used to be that person, and I'm not anymore. Thank God. God has created me such a strong person now, and it has taken time, but it is wonderful to hear, like, somebody to say like, oh, you inspire me, or this or that. So I would love to hear that. If you feel like sharing it, share it. Hopefully this helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great day.